All right. It's that time. It's time for Beyond Sight and Sound. Let's do this.
Hey boys and girls, we are going to talk about S&W shooters and prospectors. What is S&W shooters and prospectors?
We at S&W Shooters and Prospectors help people find treasure.
Did you say treasure?
Yes, treasure. Just listen to this amazing review from our happy customer, Jackie Sparrow.
Chocolate ship shape and a pleasure to deal with. I was able to buy everything that I needed at prices that were shillings less than others. I found my 9 pieces of 8 in no time. Savvy?
I know you're asking yourself, why should I shop at S&W Shooter and Prospectors?
Chuck Smalley has over 45 years of metal detecting experience. He works with each customer one-on-one to customize their setup to match their skill level.
So if you always dreamt of being a pirate, contact Chuck at S&W Shooters and Prospectors and he'll dig up a great deal for you.
iPads and rum not included.
Caution. Please do not operate motor vehicles or power equipment while under the influence of this show. Listening to this show could cause side effects such as bouts of laughter, violent binges of cabin fever, and even dreams of silver and gold. Please be advised. Now that the fine print is out of the way, on with the show. Oh, all right. It's that time. It's time for Beyond.
All right. We're back. We're live. A little bit of a glitch in the soundboard there. That's all right, though. We got that taken care of. And that gave everyone a chance to check their volume, I guess. Who knows? I don't. When I hear these clips, they all come through the same to me, but some of them may come through a little louder than others on the other end. I don't know. It should get mixed down. So maybe it does. Maybe it does not. Either way, it's cold, windy, blah outside. That's why we're inside. Isn't that right, Chuck?
That's right. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope you're safe and warm and not having to dig out 42 inches of snow. Talking about down near her mom, 42 inches.
Yeah, ain't having it.
No
return policy. They can't send that back this way.
They can keep it. But I want to give a shout out to Mr. Pacifico.
Yeah, I see him in there. You know, I'm sure he's not listening, but Pacifico can tell him, you know, who else we should give a shout out to.
Who?
Mr. Ronnie DeGhetto.
Oh, the birthday boy. This is the trailer hitch plug.
Oh, nice. It came in.
Yeah, it came in. Thank you, Mr. Pacifico.
What do you think about that?
Well, I'm going to tell you what I think about it. I'll show you something else he sent me, which this will probably be the only time I'll ever put it on. But he sent me a bonus. Get my flag up. Well, that's it. That's all I can say about that. There we go. Only Steve. Only Steve. So, made me laugh, brother.
Nice.
Yep.
And anybody that's interested in Steve's products, we do have the link in the description,
Yes.
both in the live stream and the audio.
He's getting creative. I have one little problem with it. I will shout out about that. The plunger, you slide it in and it goes into the bolt hole on one side. I don't know if there was pressure on it, but I'll get it. It'll go back together and we'll get it fixed up. It was not attached. So we will reattach it. Jill's got the stuff to do it. So
okay.
it's going to work. It's neat. I like it. See how it lasts. Keeps the road dirt out of the trailer plug. But that's cool. Phil,
Right?
you too. I don't think Phil's staying in long tonight.
Oh, don't tell me you got the grunge now too, Phil. I hope not. That's no fun.
Yep. Yeah, Steve. I'll let you know, Steve. No problem.
He probably just figured you were surprised he got it spelled right.
I didn't go there. You did.
Well, I figured he probably already did in the chat. I mean, you know how Steve is. He's a good guy, though.
Yeah. Old Polon's in the house.
And
Yeah, we got a full house again tonight. That's good. Things are filling up.
And I just refreshed. We got $5,204.20 on gold, $90.33 on silver. So according to Dennis, it's probably about at the end of its fence. 2,318 on platinum. 2,318.
I told you it's going to go up.
Yeah. $1,837.60 on palladium. If you're
well, right now 1836. Yeah, we all pretty much match up. 90.28 on ask on silver, 51.95 on gold and pennies. So yeah, it's kind of found its way back up, and the Dow was up. So the Dow had nothing to do with the silver and gold prices today, and it might be
it wasn't affecting the gold and silver prices anyway. We'll put it that way.
And that was I didn't get to watch the whole thing, but I listened to some of it today. We had instructors in and more training and things like that going on at the station last night. So we were busy. Listened to the State of the Union later, but saw the replay of our guys going to the State of the Union, the hockey team.
So by the time you got home, you had already had plenty of coffee then.
Oh, yeah. I was like, oh. So.
Right? Going, hey, is the speech on? I'm going to swing by the restroom and I'll be right in to watch.
Yep. So, but no, it was interesting. I won't go into any of the details. For those of you who watched it, we're about as fed up with the Democrats as you can be. They won't stand for the safety of Americans. What's that tell you? End of story.
Rich Crookmeyer's in the chat too.
Richard! Hey, Richard, I've got the Find All machine for you to buy and take up to the gold fields.
Nice segue.
Yeah. Buddy, be right up your alley. The Minelab GPC 7000 has been replaced by an 8000. Now, if you follow the pricing,
that probably puts it around a $9,000 unit.
Got it. Be $8,999 maybe.
Maybe even 10. Because I can remember when the 7000 first came out, it was awful close to 10 for a minute.
Right. I mean, their gold line starts over in the coin and treasure machines, 8, 900 GP 1000 or Gold Monster 1000, 2000, STC 2300.
Then the GPX series,
7,000, now an 8,000,
and then the GPZ series.
And you know they make great machines all the way across the board, but they'll tell you their forte is gold.
Right.
Randy, yeah. Randy is talking about a refurbished toilet seat for a coil. It's got a rise in it. Yeah. Hey, Janet. So that's going to be interesting. They're getting the dealers prepped up. It isn't out yet. It's going to be a little bit, but
yeah, I think it's going to be a little while before they before we see the release. I mean, they'll do the launch, and you'll start seeing more talk about it on the internet, and then eventually we'll see the release. Because when it comes to, well, with the exception of the Vanquish series, Minelab is usually pretty good about their marketing and generating hype.
Yes, they are.
I mean, look at what they did with the Equinox series. That had everybody's attention.
Right.
The GPZ series, it had some people's attention, but the price tag really got people's attention.
I've got, Jason says, I'm taking one to Alaska, right? Now, they may have one up there, and we can check it out and use it a little bit. But, man, Dennis reporting. Now, Dennis reporting is negative 12 degrees in Nome right now.
You should tell them, Chuck, when you get up there to Alaska, if they've got one to try, if somebody finds a nugget that's equal to or greater than the GPZ, they should order the first one.
Yeah. And, you know, one of the things when the 7000 came out, they had taken a embankment, measured down 4 feet, 4 feet, dug a hole, and placed a 1 ounce gold nugget at the 4 foot level. Then up on top, they were swinging that ground, and it was nailing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does have some depth, and I mean, it's much like we see with some of the other units. It's not just used in the gold fields. We've seen relic hunters use them,
right?
Even meteorite hunters. and they do get some very impressive depth. But trying to dig a 4-foot hole, holy cow. Now try to dig a 4-foot hole in Alaska.
Or
you need a bigger bottle of aspirin.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
ORH reports he was a lottery winner last night, and he says, "Will my $11 be good down payment?"
$11 might get you a flyer for it.
So it's coming. They're showing snippets on on Minelab works it.
Oh yeah.
If you go to my page, you'll see a couple of them. And I'd love to take it out and use it for a day or two myself up there. That would be kind of cool. All depends upon how deep I want to dig, if I can dig that deep. And I don't know if they've incorporated some of the findings with the 2000 and how it reads ferrous and non-ferrous. Is pretty good. And if that's been incorporated into that machine for maximum depth, you could get down fairly deep and call in the bulldozer.
Right. You don't want to dig 4 feet deep to find a pick with your pick?
No, I don't want to do that with a pick.
You go, no, not really. I'm good.
ORH and Barb could start. Barb got $20 the last time she won, so that'd be $31.
Hey, there you go. They got $31.
You're working on it. You're working on it. But no, I'm looking forward to actually getting a chance somewhere along the line to mess with it and go out with it. It would be a good time.
Oh yeah, I'm not denying that. I mean, it would be interesting to see one in action.
Yeah.
But at that price tag, I just don't know. I'd be worried I'd drop it and scratch it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that somebody's going to be going, "You scratch it, you bought it."
There you go. That's the way that would work. But,
yeah.
I mean, thinking back, now this is a long time ago, the first new car I ever bought, okay, was a AMC Hornet hatchback, and I paid $3,800 for.
I was going to say, it wasn't no $7,000.
No. And then I also bought a Mustang that I bought before that was 2 years old. And I think I paid $2,900 for that. And it was a 2-year-old Mustang. Good car. But now
what
$8,000 or more for a metal detector is like, whoa.
What prompts a person? I mean, and nothing wrong with the classic fans out there, but what prompts a person to go from a Mustang to a Hornet?
The hatchback.
Ah, okay.
And the Mustang, I was offered more, quite a bit more, of what I had in it. And we had a baby on the way. And the Mustang just wasn't going to handle it.
Right.
So that changed everything.
Yeah, probably not the best for being a grocery getter and taking the kid to the doctor and all that.
ORH asking me what my favorite vehicle was. FJ40, yes. And I wished I had one now. And on average, when you see them, if they're kind of fixed up and in decent shape,
You ain't getting one of them for $7,000 now either.
no, I saw one. I almost went down and looked at it, and he was asking $58,000 for it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not sure you can get one for $7 ragged out.
But they still manufacture the FJ40 in the same configuration it was then, and it doesn't have all the emissions control and all that stuff on it. And they're sold mostly in South America and Africa. Can't get them here.
Okay, well, that makes sense. Yeah, because of our emission guidelines.
Right. But as a car, my favorite was the Mustang. It had a little pop to it.
A little
Joe
bit,
liked
huh?
it too, but we got the hatchback, and we could do the rear seat better and that kind of stuff, and carry groceries and all that crap.
Right. That makes sense.
Dennis had an FJ40, and he paid $42.42 for it in '75, and I think mine was a '74. But when we moved out of that, we got an FJ55, and that was the station wagon version, and that unit was a nice vehicle. Ran that up to 140,000 miles. Sold it.
Right.
Yeah.
Richard says he loved his 67 Mustang convertible.
No, I'll bet.
Our neighbor, well, that's not a Mustang, though. It's a Camaro. He's got a true Survivor 69 soft top.
Mm.
All the numbers match.
Mm.
Yeah, barn find.
No, Lordy. I see a lot of those posted barn finds, and all they do is clean them up and sell them as found. A lot of them.
Yeah, I mean, he cleaned it up. It cleaned up real nice. He didn't do anything to the paint, nothing like that. The only thing he's had to do since he got it has been he did put a new set of tires on it.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, he takes it around to car shows and wins a few trophies here and there, and he's had a number of people eyeing it, wanting to make him a deal. He's just waiting for the right deal to come along.
Yeah. In 2016, maybe it was 2017, my neighbor's an auctioneer. I used to handle firearms transfers at their auctions for him. And we're over in Fenton, Illinois, a little burg between Albany, off to the side between Albany and Erie, Illinois. We're walking around, and the whole house, all the household goods, everything was selling. And the garage out on the corner of nice big old farm home, walked by it, and it was all painted up white, but it was getting sway back in the metal, 2-story. The multiple panes of glass on the garage door. One of them's missing. Walked by and I caught a glimpse of something. I backed up, looked in, turned on the light on the cell phone, looked down, Corvette emblem. I'm trying to see more of it. I could see the plate. The last time it had been licensed to drive on the road was 72.
Ooh.
Sitting there. I went to John. I said, "Who owns? Is this part of the group that you're selling here?" "No, that's the neighbors over there. That they kind of butt up there, and that's his garage." "Okay. Well, I'd like to talk to him." "Well, he's here. He's right over there." Well, went over, older gentleman. We were talking. I said, I was a little nosy and looked in your broken out pane of glass. There's a Corvette sitting there. "Yeah," he said, I had that since new. It's a '62. I went, He goes, "Convertible." I said, I saw that. I said, are you ever going to do anything with it? He said, probably not. It's been sitting there. I'd switch the engine out and put in the bigger 327, but the original engine's up on blocks there, and the hard top is also with it. You got the hard top, soft top, and another engine.
Wow. Hard top, soft top, and the original motor hanging.
I grabbed Jill. She was over at the auction. I said, come with me. We're going to go look at a Corvette. Where? And that white
We're going to what?
Okay. She's trolling along with me. We go in there. He can't get the door open because of the sway back, the pressure. Finally, we got a door open and got in, and I'm looking at this, and he's got a boat trailer, a single action boat trailer, hanging by clothesline cord right above this car. Like, you're kidding me. So I'm looking at it, and it's a dirt floor, and it had settled a bit. Of course, the tires, but it's all there. The engine is
right. Needs some TLC.
And I said, look, that thing's sitting on its frame. I can't see underneath. I can see it's had mice and that kind of stuff in it. I said, was it running when you put it in here? Yeah, I drove it here, shut it off, came in the house. Looked at Jill, and I said, I'll talk to you in a little bit, sir. And I walked outside. I said, I'm going to offer him 20 grand. She said, okay. She liked it. Okay, do it. Let's see if we can do this.
Wow.
And I said, I'll write you a check for that car right now, $20,000. And he just froze. I said, I'll write you a check right now for 20 grand. And find the title. I said, you got the title? Yeah, it's in my house over there. I said, I'll buy it from you right here today. If you're just going to leave it sitting there, I'll get it out. We'll restore it if we can. But I said, the body looks good. I went around that. I said, the top is pretty brittle, but it's got the hard top.
Mm-hmm.
And he gave me his phone number. He said, let me think about it. And he said, give me a call. I waited a few days. I called him. He said, nah, I don't want to sell it. Okay.
He called someone to see what they thought it might be worth.
Yeah, well, he did check. But he said, you made a fair offer for it sitting there. But he said, I don't think there's damage to anything. I said, it's sitting on the ground and that stuff.
There's damage.
And I said, there's damage. There's going to be a lot of work. Well, I was over at Cordova 3 years almost.
Yeah, you're not going to drive it out of there.
3 years later, that Corvette drove into the gas station. I knew it was that one. I got out and I walked over to this younger man and I said, was that car in a barn in Fenton, Illinois? Yeah, that was my granduncle's. Well, I'm glad to see it's out and rolling. He said, are you the guy that offered him the money for that? Yep. I said, I don't think I shot low. I think I was right on the money for it. He said, you were, because the engine in it was seized. We had a lot of work underneath to do and replace all the upholstery. And he said, I've dumped quite a bit into it, but now she's back and running. And that's good. I said, yeah, it would probably took, my guess at that time, probably 15, 20,000 more to put her on the street right. So barn finds are all over. They're still popping up.
Oh, yeah. There was a guy not too terribly far from here, because there's just the other side of the state line. There's a big Corvette dealership. And there was a barn not too far from here that, to go by it on the road, it looked like the wind could blow it over any day.
Yeah.
And the gentleman that owns that Corvette dealership found out what was sitting in that barn and told the guy, he says, you come out to my lot, I'll give you your pick of any 2 cars off my lot.
Ooh.
For what's sitting in your barn. because it was a true survivor 64.5 Mustang.
Oh, man.
And he wanted to get it out of there to rescue it.
Well,
man, that barn did not
Randy
look like it was
DeMario
in good
states
shape.
he would like to have the 63 Vet. Split window coupe.
Yeah, split back.
Yeah. Kevin Fleming, my neighbor down the road, who used to rent my garage, and store his split window coupe in it. And as time goes on, this is years ago, he got married, kids, he sold that. I don't know how many times he's told me he wished he'd never, ever sold that. Today, we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Oh, yeah.
Thousands of dollars. But I also saw a thing the other day online. And if you're out traveling in around farmyards and that kind of stuff, you'll generally find an area where all the trash was dumped, the old steel and that. Had a gal and a guy. There was a wash machine, old washer, sitting out there. And he got picking around in it, got the tub out. He pulled 2 Mercury dimes, one Roosevelt silver dime, 2 silver Washington quarters out of that wash machine that have been
Oh,
set.
my.
So if you're out and it's not full of bees or anything, there may be a source for some change picking going on if you got the old ones out there. I never thought of it, but yeah.
Or the dryers, too.
Yep.
Yep.
ORH, the Austin Martin that Bond had, was cool. Plain and simple. That was a cool car.
Yeah.
So, the GTO 66.
There you go.
Kim, did Dad have did he have the Hemi engine in that goat at GTO? If he had the Hemi, he's probably whining and he didn't get to keep that one too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Or H and I are talking about Bond's Austin Martin. And he liked the ejection seat option. The wife can get mouthy at times. Just like that video, I've seen it. I know it pops up once in a while. The guy's got his little girlfriend out bass fishing, and she's complaining about it and whether the boat should go or he should go. And then he just reached over and you see a button on the floor, and he steps on it and he ejects her out of the bass boat.
Right.
Yep. Don't ever push the red buttons, ORH. That's right.
Yeah, sometimes you got to stay away from that stuff.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. What I could have had and kept. I had a one of the best 4-wheel drive American made that I ever had was a International Harvester 800B for a while. That was a box. It was similar looking maybe to the Bronco. It had a 346 in it. I sold it to a guy in Canola, a friend of mine. He ran that thing forever. Never had much of a problem with it. That was the 4-wheel drive I had ahead of the FJ40.
Huh.
So those are some of my favorite cars.
You don't hear about them very often at all.
Nope. And they made a good vehicle. They were tough.
Not at all.
Smokes, they were tough.
Right?
Right. Yes, they did.
Yeah, I imagine they were. No doubt.
They were great in 4-wheel drive, but there was no such thing as mileage on a gallon of gas. Just saying.
Well, back then nobody was really concerned about that.
Yeah. Well, that's what I taught Jill, how to run a 4-wheel drive stick and that kind of stuff. She'd add a 3 on the tree in her little wagon, station wagon. She knew how to kind of drive a stick anyway, so that's what she learned in. And I've been told the best defense against auto theft these days
is to have a stick.
They don't know how to drive them.
The younger people don't know how to work them.
Nope.
They're just absolutely mystified when they see that. How's this work?
Yeah. One time I got a phone call from her. She got stuck. This was in the Land Cruiser. We'd had a pretty good snow, and they were piling up. Well, she swung out, got pulled into some deep snow, trying to get out on the main highway, and couldn't get out. And she's spinning, and well, the thing was, the hubs weren't locked in to go into. She shifted into 4-wheel drive, but there was nothing turning there.
Right.
You didn't tell me about them hubs. I said, oh, yeah, I did. You always make sure they're locked. It says lock and unlock.
Yeah.
Lock, and that does it. That's before you had this little switch in your truck or car for front wheel drive or 4-wheel drive, whatever.
When you had to get out and manually lock them.
Now the pickup truck, I got to spin the dial through. You go through different modes. You got slippery, dry, normal, soft sand, slippery, snow and ice, instead of just going 4 high.
Good grief.
Yeah, you got a whole dial. When it comes up on the screen telling me what I should be driving, I overwrite it and I just hit 4 high.
Making them fancier and fancier.
Oh, God.
That's the way it goes, so Mark's in.
Hey, Mark.
And people are, I don't know. I mean, they're in some more hospitable environments or something, but people are still finding silver out there. Randy DeMario was out again today, got himself a Merc and part of a silver spoon.
Yep. Well, that's right. He had silverware.
Yeah. Yeah, the real silverware.
Yeah.
Not this stainless junk.
Right.
Yeah, I've seen a number of people posting up silver that they're finding here lately, so they're off to a good start this year.
Yeah. There you go. Dennis said the International Proving Ground was 6 miles from him.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Randy says it's Sterling flatware.
Oh, nice. That still ain't bad.
No.
At least it's not silver plate.
Got a question for y'all. Now, right now, with all the gold, rings and jewelry and stuff being taken in and the smelters being back up or they're trying to sell, have any of you ever taken your scrap gold jewelry and tried to cast it into a bar? Now there are smelters out there that you can pick up for around $400 just to do that. It's got everything with it. And I was watching on YouTube, what are they call themselves? Pawn shop pickers. And he melts all his scrap jewelry coming in the bars. Of course, he's got the equipment to put it on there to tell him the carat of the gold that he just fixed up. You borax it, you heat it, and you bore it. I just wonder if any of you have ever tried doing that.
I'm going to guess not.
I am too. But he was also doing silver. And it was sterling. But since he's getting so much gold in as a pawn and bullion dealer, that he melts it down and sells it off that way. Whereas that makes it, and he was talking, that makes the companies comfortable, grab it and pay you for it.
Uh-huh.
And Mark RH says he smelled it before, but it wasn't gold. I've done lead bar and that kind of stuff. Lead
Randy's already made 3 silver finds this year, and they've all been with the Manicore.
Good.
Uh-oh. Okay, who did what in the chat?
Folks, I've got to go to a structure fire.
Ooh.
It's just too damn cold for that stuff. Stay safe, folks. Bye-bye.
Yep, you do the same, Chuck. Oh. Yep. It's one of those nights. Things are getting crazy. Hopefully everyone stays okay though. No injuries. Welcome to Jay. I don't know. We'll have to see. And I know that let's see, I have not checked here to see if that's moved. I know that Dennis had the price of a gram in the chat earlier, but I missed it. What was the price on the gram, Dennis? See what he throws in there. Okay, $167.46 on the gram, which I want to say is, I can't remember now, but I want to say that that's just a tad shy of what the price of a gram was Sunday night. I do believe. We've got a few of them coming in a little later tonight. I don't know. Must have been out hunting or something. Who knows? Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I was thinking Sunday it was right there around like 168 and change, maybe. I believe, anyway. So that's not far off. at all. Not bad. So at least we know that side of it staying stable. And Dennis had mentioned too with the prices that silver's trying to bounce back to what we had been seeing, but every time it starts, it's like it's struggling to break the $90 mark, or I guess I should say 91, because it starts to get up there close, and then something just kind of chokes it back again. And it seems that that's been about the way it's been going all afternoon and evening, basically. So it'll be interesting to see what happens over the next, say, couple of days. We'll see how it goes. It is nice to finally see it coming back off of the upper 70s. Maybe not so much if you're buying, but still nice to see it stabilize a little bit. Because that took a big drop. It did. We were up, what was it? I think the highest we had seen there a few weeks ago before it plummeted was, I want to say, I think the high was 121 and change on silver. Somewhere right in that neighborhood. And then it all just tanked. Gold and platinum both recovered nicely. But silver's still struggling. But at least this is the first time in a couple of episodes that I can think of that we've started the show and I actually saw green clear across the board instead of red. Gold at over $5,000 an ounce, so still makes people kind of go, I just can't believe I'd ever see the day. Who would have thought? Let's see. Silver. Okay, that's silver. Silver's hanging in at 90.50. Okay. Well, there again, we get the update right out of the chat that way from Dennis. Always on the mark there. Certainly. And I did not get the chance to hear from Chuck before the show. I have not had the chance to look. I wonder if Dennis looked. What are the goldbacks at for folks wanting to know about goldbacks? Which usually when we're quoting goldback price, I guess some folks may not realize, but usually when we're quoting goldback price, that's for the one goldback, 1043. Not bad. Now that's up a little bit from Sunday, if I remember correctly. Good. And I think the goldback was the last of them that normally we've been giving the prices out, the market out on every episode on them. Yeah, Dennis must have this jotted down on a pad or something because he said that it was 10:15 on Sunday's episode. So they're up about 30 cents. And I have not looked. I don't know if anybody has any interest in that part of it, but we can always start working the silverback price in too if people are really watching. Oh, so that's how Dennis is able to keep track of everything. Good grief. No wonder you're so quick on it, but how do you keep track of it? Man, that will do it. So he's got 4 screens open plus the phone. Wow. Well, nothing wrong with that. That's how we get the up-to-date information. And it's always appreciated as well. Definitely. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back here. We'll give the prices as we roll out again, and we'll cut out a little early. Just a couple of minutes. We've got 5,209.50, so gold's up again. $90.28 on silver. It's dipped a little bit. $2,301.60 on platinum. $1,807.50 on palladium if you're into that sort of thing. And that covers the spot prices off of AppMex as we roll out at the end of the show. If you enjoyed the show, make sure to throw us a like. You can follow us here, Beyond Sight and Sound on YouTube, Beyond Sight and Sound on Facebook, Metal Detecting Beyond Sight and Sound Facebook group, and the podcast distribution services, wherever you find them, because we're in a bunch of places. Boy, we're in a bunch of places. Until the next one, have a wonderful evening, folks, and try to stay warm if you can. Oh, hopefully there's no more reports of 40-plus inches of snow in the chat. That just makes me cold thinking about it. My back hurts. I'm going to have to go find some aspirin after that. We'll see you, folks. Have a wonderful night. We sure are glad you found us here tonight. Thanks for dropping by and joining in. If you like metal detecting, treasure hunting, gold prospecting, or even entertaining discussion, check us out Wednesdays and Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern, on your favorite podcast distribution services.